the beat.
The Catholic Artists and Entertainers Association of Nigeria, CAEAN, umbrella body of artists and filmmakers in Nollywood and Nigerian entertainment industry, held a national and special workshop on filmmaking. This workshop by CAEAN, one of the 5 Catholic communication organizations in Nigeria, which make up Signis Nigeria, is aimed at enhancement of professionalism in film production to propagate the gospel. CAEAN, recognized by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, dwelt the idea of the special film workshop on the theme, Re-engineering the Capacity in Catholic Productions. The participants and resource persons, through God's protection, arrived safely for the workshop from different dioceses and archdioceses in Nigeria on the 11th of February and registered. The opening ceremony took place on 12th February 2021, during which the opening prayer was said by the Director of Communication and the Ibadan Archdiocesan CAEAN Chaplain, Reverend Father Anthony Akiwowo.
Father, we also ask you to be with those who will be on the way and you bring them here safely. Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you.
I started noticing the huge success when 2 people came in, when they told me they saw the signpost outside. I said, oh, that means people read this and they came in. Someone was traveling from, one of them was traveling from Iseyin to Ibadan, a journey of 4 hours. And she told me that she saw the independent newspaper with a non-Catholic that was given to him by a Catholic to attend this program. That was the advert we made in the independent newspaper. So then I started saying, oh, at least if this could get to this and this and this, and some others saw it outside, that means, at least to some extent, we have propagated faith through this seminar.
Father Akiwowo, who represented Most Reverend Gabriel Leke Agbegunrin, the Archbishop of Ibadan Archdiocese, sent the esteemed regards of the Archbishop to CAEAN.
Dr. Charles, put hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
In his welcome address, National President CAEAN, Charles Okwowolu, PhD, thanked the Ibadan Archdiocesan CAEAN Chaplain, Reverend Father Anthony Akiwowo, and the parish priest of St. Patrick, Bashorun, Reverend Father Julius Akinyode, for the warm reception given to CAEAN members.
For this workshop, I want to welcome all of us. It was a hectic journey for us yesterday. Myself, I came in from Abakaliki. That's about 10 hours journey, and I'm excited to be in Ibadan. I want to thank in a special way our chaplain for the warm reception. We've been feeling at home ever since we came here, and I want to equally thank our coordinator, Mrs. Edith. He's been interfacing well, he's been representing well, he's been communicating very, very well with the national.
Being second edition in this series, the workshop is targeted at bringing professionalism to Catholic film productions. The first edition was at Abakaliki Diocese in 2020.
I'm excited that the workshop came and was a huge success. My experience is just like any other workshop experience. For me, it's a wonderful thing having to train people who are intending to be in film practice and some other ones who are already practitioners, having to give them advanced training in film practice. I am excited again because this is my first time in Ibadan, and I'm excited that CAEAN is being propagated in various dioceses and archdioceses.
In her welcome address, the CAEAN coordinator, Ibadan Archdiocese, Mrs. Edith Isida Homen, solicited for a successful workshop.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of CAEAN Ibadan Archdiocese to St. Patrick Catholic Church, Bashorun, Ibadan. May God guide and direct us during this workshop through Christ our Lord. Amen.
I would say finance because putting all this together, not getting a sponsor for it, and then we just tax ourselves as a burden because we just had our election. Before then, we don't have excuse, so we just tax on a few people, and we thank our chaplain who is always there for us, so he was able to assist us in a little way he can.
The National Workshop Chairperson, Mrs. Ifoma Opara, who is also the National Vice President, CAEAN, expressed her appreciation to CAEAN Ibadan for agreeing to host the workshop.
Somebody like shooting, I never thought was looking into what they are really shooting for because I don't know anything about that. Are you getting what I'm saying? Then after the production, you take to run. Again, I don't know there is bigger, what is it called? Black magic.
You know, to have this kind of workshop is not an easy one. With God on our side, we were able to make it. Mainly is about film making. We told them what they are supposed to do and what they're supposed to know. Your director must be very, very knowledgeable.
The workshop made use of a team of resource persons knowledgeable in what the theme demanded. They include Dr. Tony Akposheri, a veteran artist of New Masquerade fame, as well as a Nollywood star, Dr. Charles Okwowolu, a renowned film scholar, the HOD, Theatre and Film Studies Department, Alex Ekwueme Federal University, Ndufo Alike, Ebonyi State, a member, Directors Guild of Nigeria, Mr. Wangbo Patrick Obi, a seasoned cultural administrator, journalist, critic, and screenwriter. He lectures at the National Institute for Cultural Orientation, NICO, Abuja, the Apex Cultural Institute in Nigeria, and Mr. Charles Emopai, an experienced actor, seasoned and sound scholar, Theatre and Film Department, Alex Ekwueme Federal University, Ndufo Alike. Mr. Chinda Michael, a seasoned cinematographer and a lecturer with AE Funai, was also present in the workshop for technical support.
They have met the required standard for a film workshop so far by bringing professionals in theory and in practice from different states of the Federation down to Oyo State, Ibadan. So it has really been a good one, a very engaging workshop.
The lectures took place on the second day of the workshop. The first paper, titled The Actor, Actress in the Nollywood Production Economy, The Politics of Remaining in the Industry, by Dr. Bashorun. In his lecture, he brought his experience of the film industry to bear as he exposed the participants to the politics of filmmaking, guilds in Nollywood, and their modes of operation. He said that these guilds help to regulate the film industry. Dr. Bashorun also dwelt on how productions are financed and managed in Nollywood and counseled on how young filmmakers can operate and create wealth, dignity, and good name for themselves by being honest.
Why you want to be very disciplined? Somehow, if I get my life started, I also get your life as free gold. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know why? Because if green gold in this system is land, I will know where you're going to be. It still happened to the people during the shoots of some of these films. So that is
the next paper was taken by Dr. Charles Okowolu, titled Filmmaking, Processes and Techniques. The lecturer gave a detailed background on various conventions, principles, and styles in filmmaking. He told the participants that in film directing, for example, being acquainted with certain practical terms and techniques are key. According to him, principles like 180-degree rule, 30-degree rule, and screen direction rule, in addition to being conversant with the camera, must be part of what the director would not joke with.
Anytime you look at what our production folks, the artists will expect in your film, but they won't give you assurance. It's only when you have finished production they will see this picture. Now, this will give you the different. Now, what will you do?
The most that is most accessible and perhaps of less budgets. At least when you are trying to reach out the market, you try that first.
Indeed, he really did justice in his lecture to topics like visualization, characterization, building dramatic blocks, handling the camera movements, pan, tilt, pedestal, tongue, crane, dolly, track, framing effective shots, vertical view, horizontal view, height and width within a shot, headroom and leadroom. Functions of different camera lenses, angles, their implication to the semiotics of the film and editing systems, where he extensively discussed brief history of editing, how to understand the non-linear editing environment, Adobe Series software, editing procedure, acquiring the footage, storing the footage, telling the story through shot selection and assemblage, sound tracking, titling, graphic design, and outputting the final video.
We hope to have pockets of workshops, CAEAN film workshops in various archdioceses. We hope to keep visiting dioceses and archdioceses to ensure that CAEAN activities are firmly rooted in these archdioceses. So these are some of the things we hope to do within the last period of our tenure.
Mr. Charles Imokbae, who spoke on screen film acting techniques, presented a sound knowledge of various forms of acting. His focus on the theoretical frameworks on acting was engaging, as it helped the participants understand the step-by-step practical approaches of film acting. The simplification of such terms and concepts like non-verbal filmic forms, facial communication, semiotics, body language, creative pantomimic acting proved Imokbae as a seasoned lecturer and a thoroughbred scholar.
To act professionally, there are certain things you need to know. It is not enough to be gifted by God. It is not enough to have all it takes. Because as long as I know, you are made perfect by God. You have, it has put in you everything you need to excel in whatever you want to do. True or false? Sure.
Explaining to the participants that voice is a great asset to the actors and actresses. He guided them on how to handle their voices for a better pronunciation, articulation, and modulation of several words while acting.
If I tell you, play you, okay, let me use this stereotype. In Nollywood, you say, play you, drum. And everybody stereotypes Sophia, the back and forth, acting thing, and talking plenty. Right? For them, they have studied in their archive as a template for acting as a drum. But forgetting that in real life, we all react to alcohol differently.
Well, it has been a good experience. The chaplain here is so fatherly, and he made our stay really worthwhile. And during the lectures, the participants are lively, and when they ask questions, they ask very intelligent questions. So for me, it's a good experience overall.
Screenwriting for motion picture content, review and criticism was the topic handled by Mr. Patrick Wambo Obi. He brought the technological sensibilities of writing to bear and used them to underscore the fundamentals of writing for motion picture content, which includes writing for television and film.
Is the king. Writing is the king. Screenwriting is the king. Why do I say so? Look at this scriptwriter from the point of view of somebody who writes a letter. And in a letter, the person will either appear, instruct. So, likewise, the screenwriter directs everybody.
Posing a question: if motion picture content is to be watched, why do we write for film and television? Mr. Obi said the scriptwriter writes for the camera, which the director directs the cameraman on how to provide excellent shots on location while shooting. And as the editor edits these rushes, a screen story is made.
So if he is the provider of what we go for the content, then it's very key However, he is almost the most neglected. Because you can agree with me that you hear about a lot of films. Lancelot Emmanuel's film, Charles Okoku's film, and again, of DGN, how much of the screen writers do you hear?
Of course, that's why we say entertainment for Christ, CAEAN forever. So you can use entertainment is not just for people to gather and laugh, just like most people think, but you can use it for evangelism. So that is what I have seen, that this workshop has gone a long way to propagate.
After each paper, the participants were given enough time to ask the paper presenter questions.
We don't be money oriented as upcoming actors. We are agree that the dispensation is quite different. The money and the resource we spend on human development at this time. This is the 21st century, the world of media, one, and the world of connection. Because in the title of the lecture, it's about politics and the likes of them.
Each presenter did justice to the questions raised.
So don't give up. And secondly, women. When is your turn, it's your turn. If the director tells you, sorry, I must live with you. If it's not you, walk away.
They had us in the society. So on everything I said is not being disputed by the Christian. So you discover that for a filmmaker to succeed, whether it's upcoming filmmaker or a veteran filmmaker, you must understand your society.
The participants were divided into 4 groups for the practical phase of the workshop, which was for them to showcase what they have learned in the lectures.
I'm rolling. And action.
The stories were taken from the reflections and messages of the Lenten periods from 21st February to 14th of March 2021. Each group was assigned a supervisor from the resource persons and CAEAN officials to oversee the productions. Group 1, supervised by Dr. Charles Okwowulu, treated the first week of Lent's reflection with a skit that dramatizes how the character, Sunday, wallows in poverty, but his friend, James, is rich. Soon, he realizes that James kills his mother through rituals.
Grandma, don't kill me. Grandma, please. Grandma, don't kill me, please. Grandma, please. Grandma, please. Please, Grandma, please. Don't kill me, please. I'm sorry. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. Please.
This theme is taken from first reading, Genesis 9, 8 to 15. Second reading, 1 Peter 3, 18 to 22. Gospel reading, Mark 1, 12 to 15.
Yes, come in. Mr. Johnson.
Group 2 skit showcases the second Sunday of Lent's reflection with a short drama on how Mr. Johnson is sacked by the manager of the company where he works.
Can you just imagine? In this 21st century, a woman of that caliber could be talking such rubbish. So disgusting. I can't just, it is so irritating.
Oh my God!
Wait.
The sack letter!
What is that of Mr. Johnson?
Why? I was expecting a promotion letter. I didn't do anything wrong after all. This is too much for me. Oh God!
What? Mr. Johnson!
Downcast, his wife assuages him by giving him hope, telling him to surrender everything to God. Soon, the chief executive officer scolds the manager for sacking Mr. Johnson and mandates him to write a letter of apology as well as restore him back with more benefits. The messages were taken from the first reading, Genesis 22, 1 to 2. Second reading, Romans 8, 31 to 34. Gospel reading, Mark 9, 2 to 10.
Entertainment for Christ. Entertainment for Christ.
Mrs. Ifoma Opara supervised the group.
Uncle.
What is it?
Group 3 used the messages from the third Sunday of Lent to record a short story about how Baba is angry with his children, Fumilayo and Oluwatosin, for not obeying his rules. The messages were from first reading, Exodus 20, 1 to 17. Second reading, Corinthians 1, 21 to 25. Gospel reading, John 2, 13 to 25. Mr. Charles Emopai supervised the group. Group 4, supervised by Mr. Patrick Wabo Obi, deals with the reflections on the fourth Sunday of Lent with the short story about Daniel and his forgiveness to a robber. In the story, Daniel teaches John how to play the keyboard. After their practice, while going home, a robber snatches Daniel's phone. When the robber is caught, Daniel forgives him. The theme is from the readings. First reading, 2nd Chronicle 36, 14 to 16. Second reading, Ephesians 2, 4 to 10. And Gospel reading, John 3, 14 to 21. The 4 skits were written by Anthony Ugu, a 400 level theatre arts student of AE Funai.
solemnly swear that having been elected I promise to serve CAEAN.
I promise to serve CAEAN.
Ibadan Archdiocese. With all my strength. Knowing fully well that as I'm serving CAEAN. I am serving God. I promise to use my talents and propagate the gospel of Christ.
talents to propagate and congratulate the promotions. So help me God. So help me God.
The election of the executive members of the Catholic Artists and Entertainers Association of Nigeria, Ibadan Archdiocese, was conducted by the national leadership of CAEAN. Edith Isida Homen emerged as the chairperson.
Wow. It was a shock to me because I didn't see it call me. I didn't see it call me at all. But I believe the national president and the ESCOs, they've seen something in me, which myself, I really don't know. It was a shock to me, but I give God the glory for putting me there. And I promise to do my best to put CAEAN, Ibadan province together and then move forward from there.
Others elected at the peaceful election are Olaitan Yusuf, Vice Chairman, Yetunde Olumoyiwa, General Secretary, Helen Joe, Financial Secretary, Bernard Egewusu, Treasurer, Dominic Akin, Public Relations Officer and Provost, Mary Edward, Welfare Officer. The event was documented by 3 cinematographers and was coordinated by Chinda Michael from Abakaliki Archdiocese. He is a renowned cinematographer and editor.
We are doing it for God. What we had so far was our transport money, so the workflow, I've accepted it. We have so much work, like we're producing a documentary for the workshop as directed by the CAEAN president, Dr. Charles Okuowulu. We're doing a documentary, and then afterwards we're also going to edit the group films, the short films they did. We're going to edit it and we're going to publish it online. So these are works that have come in queue for me, even as an editor and a film practitioner that already has works waiting for me.
The Lord be with you. The Almighty God bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
This is a very laudable, effort by the national body of CAEAN coming here to have a workshop for us, and it was amazing, meeting veterans in various fields of filmmaking, and it's basically you just learning the tenets of filmmaking.
I learned a lot of things. I met with a lot of people, experienced artists, experienced actors. So I was opportune to learn a lot of things, and I'm glad I was here.
My experience, it's been wonderful. That's the truth. It's been wonderful. It's been great. I have this. I'm always having this mindset whenever I go for any workshop, any program, and that same experience in which I've been anticipating, I got it here. I was able to learn. I was able to unlearn some things about acting, some things about the entertainment industry at large.
Let me see, when they give us a role, I was like, can I do this thing? Then I asked myself, I can do it.
Do not be afraid to take the first step, because you may not know where other steps will lead you. They may lead you to greater. But if you are afraid of taking the first step, you may never walk. You will be on the spot. We all know the challenges that are involved. Again, I go back to funding of projects in the church, especially communication projects. I don't want to compare ourselves to anybody. I know the church is trying, but I think much more needs to be done. So, whichever little resources the other directors are having, let them do it. For me, I always believe in that drops of water will make an ocean.
Just like my vice president said when he was addressing them today, we are all here to use our 3 T's to serve God: our time, talent, and treasure. So I want to reinforce that advice. Let's all come together to adopt these 3 T's in serving God, because we believe that in service to God, God will surely grant our needs.
Ibadan Archdiocese held a thanksgiving for the success of the workshop, and Reverend Father Anthony Akiwowo in the Mass thanked God for the grace given throughout the period and prayed for safe trip for all.